January the 13th, 2016. There's information coming out about a new office that NASA has launched. It's nicknamed the Armageddon Office. The press is saying it's to protect us from doomsday. The technical name, and NASA has said that they formalized the Planetary Defense Coordination Office, PDCO, with its Planetary Science Division, with the goal of detecting and tracking near-Earth objects as part of its latest effort to facilitate both national and global efforts to combat potential threats. Now, I'm going to give you the basic story behind this, then I'm going to tell you what I think, and that's probably why I stay in a lot of trouble, but so be it. It said one of the space agency's main goals in propelling the PDCO forward was to protect Earth from potential asteroid threats by working in tandem with other countries and programs. To further boost its efforts, NASA recently partnered with the National Nuclear Administration to work toward creating a plan that would use nuclear technology to deflect incoming asteroids, thus the name the Armageddon Office. You've all seen the movie. Goes on to say that asteroid detection, tracking, and defense of our planet is something that NASA, its partners, the global community take very seriously. Now, this is coming from John Grunsfeld, the Associate Administrator of NASA Science Mission Directive. In a statement, he said, while there are no known impact threats at this time, also sounds like the movie, the 2013 Russian super fireball, which we all saw, and the recent Halloween asteroid close approach remind us of why we need to remain vigilant and keep our eyes to the sky. Now, they've partnered with FEMA. That's good, the Department of Defense, and among other federal agencies. NASA's PDCO will announce asteroids' close passes and warnings geared toward any negative impacts, as well as coordinate realistic response initiatives according to the statement. The formal establishment of the Planetary Defense Coordination Office makes it evident that the agency is committed to perform a leadership role in national and international efforts for detection of these natural impact hazards, and to be engaged in planning if there's a need for planetary defense. Now, that statement's coming from Lindley Johnson. He is the Planetary Defense Officer and Lead Program Executive. NASA currently detects roughly 1,500 near-Earth objects each year, and approximately 90% of those objects are 3,000 feet or larger. The Planetary Defense Office, however, hopes to set its sights on detecting much smaller objects that are 450 feet or larger, because NASA believes that roughly 75% of those smaller objects remain undetected and could cause potential harm. The rock we're watching come in on March the 5th is estimated to be around 170 to 180 feet. That's larger than both the Russian meteor or the Arizona meteor out at Meteor Crater outside Winslow. It says the approved federal budget for the new initiative is now $50 million, in contrast to the $4 million approved for the research last year. Guys, I think they're using the money for something else, and Carol Rosin with the Disclosure Project had worked as an assistant with none other than Wernher von Braun, the Nazi scientist that was brought over after World War II and was basically the head of the engineering for NASA. They brought many scientists over here, and they were basically political slaves if the truth was known about this. But these handheld CubeSats, they can put hundreds in one rocket launch and launch the entire thing through multiple launch vehicles, much as you see these rocket launchers on top of the tanks that have all the different barrels. The thing about it is they're very inexpensive, and he warned, von Braun did, that they would bring about different false flags as far as the reason they need the money: threats from foreign countries, emerging countries, threats from asteroids, threats from aliens was the last thing that von Braun talked about, and he insisted that Carol Rosin talk about this. But this is a list of launch CubeSats. It's not something that is about to happen. You cannot even read all the companies that are dealing with this. Notice the dates, launch dates, 2014, 2015. It accelerated in the last 2 years. They had actually been experimenting with this technology since around 2003. But I cannot read this entire list. You got different colleges, Michigan, Cal Poly. You got the U.S. Naval Academy, company after company from around the world. Again, I cannot read the entire list. This is on Wikipedia. I will link to it. But CubeSat, Cute1, the QuakeSats, and this will be able to cover the entire globe. You will not be able to move. They will be able to see you day or night. They will be able to use DARPA. You understand what the military mind control system is? They will be able to use things like Operation Bluebeam. Again, the final threat that he said they would use after asteroids would be alien arrivals and the world needing to unite to stop that. But during this time, they're building a worldwide true matrix for ultimate control. This is some of the ones that they're working on in this list. Again, it's very long. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to play 2 videos. One's from University of Michigan on the development, and you can see the matrix that they're building, and then an actual launch from NASA. Now, in the NASA video, notice they show a couple of different angles of the launches of these CubeSats. In one image, you'll see that they shoot the last barrel. In the next image, notice that it's the first barrel. It will hold many. Check this out. It's a heads up. Be safe.
Nana, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good deploy, good deploy, good deploy. Pod Nanoracks, we have good deploy.